Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Nurse Mark and the Green Nurse Daily Dose of AFA.
Aha, where we bring you hope and inspiration for growth and healing so you can start your day off the AFA way. And in case you have forgotten what that means, Mark.
AFA, baby, absolutely fucking amazing. And that's what you are. That's what you are. We all are. You don't need to change or make anything about yourself any better. There's no better. You are absolutely fucking amazing, exactly as you are right at this moment.
Right. And right now, everything is good. Right in this moment, as we are present and mindful and grounded and looking at one another, here we are, your daily dose of AFA, where we are going to truly talk about tradition and love and light.
We got a lot to talk about this morning.
And it's Christmas Eve.
Yay!
And here we go. Mark,
Merry Christmas Eve Day, Sherry.
Merry Christmas Eve Day. Absolutely.
Listen, it is the 24th of December, 2020. And we're going to start off with the Daily Love because that's what we always start off with. So this morning for the Daily Love, I pulled from another Emmett Fox book. I really love Emmett Fox. I actually took a certificate course because, I never do anything half-assed. And then when I first found Emmett Fox, I did a certificate course online, did all his readings,
Nice.
To do that. Anyway, in this particular one, Emmett's talking about change. And here's a little bit out of it. Change is the law of growth, and growth is the law of life. Without change, there can be no growth, and without continual growth, life fades out of any form, leaving what we call death. So there's no greater mistake than to be afraid of change, and yet many intelligent people dread it and cling to what is customary and familiar. To be afraid of change is to doubt the providence of God. It is an unintelligent fear of the unknown. If it were not for the blessing of change, men would still be primitive savages living in caves. And
wow.
gosh almighty, Sherry, everybody's experienced change this year in a very drastic way.
Yeah.
It's just, it's a pandemic. It only happens, every couple hundred years?
Yeah.
Everybody's experienced change. So, yeah.
And this is an opportunity for us to grow, right?
Right.
So if you're not, here it is. I love these little quotes. If you're not growing, you're going. Right?
Right.
Seriously.
Right. And we were chatting about it before we went live this morning. It's this holiday season, you said you wanted to be present, right? Because you're going to go visit your mom. You wanted to be present with her. Well, here's the thing, I was thinking about it earlier. I'm like thinking back to other Christmases, how, this is the second year that my mom passed away 2 years ago. And so, it's the second year without having that tradition of seeing mom on Christmas morning, which I did my whole life. Right. And so I was reminiscing about it. And then I realized I'm not present where I am right now. So right now I'm here. And I can be present and accept that, things change and it's okay because I have a moment to be with you this morning, with people who are listening, with my wife, with my in-laws, just be present with these people in this moment.
Yes. And so here's a really cool concept.
Yeah.
Jeff Brown introduced it to me, and he's a writer, and it's grounded spirituality. So grounded spirituality means that, we're not going to ignore the human experiences that we have. We're going to embrace them in a way to love them, to let them teach us, give us a message about how we can love ourselves, to love others, to move through things so we can be resilient. Really, really powerful. Grounded spirituality isn't about all positivity. It's about taking these experiences and transmuting them through feeling, through dealing, through healing, through changing mindset, right? Changing your mindset, flipping that coin over, resiliency. Here's the thing. There is far more power in the unknown than the known. And I'm going to give you an example why. If you had told me 10 years ago that I was going to have to go through 10 years of what I went through, I would have said, no flipping way. I didn't sign up for this. I'm not doing it. I'm checking out.
Yeah.
Okay. So I went through some tough times, but here's the thing. I got through it. That's the thing that's so
there was
great.
a lot of change in those moments, right?
A lot of change.
You can go kicking and screaming, or you can look at it as an opportunity, because either way, change is a coming.
Change is a coming. So I'm going to tell you.
You're not going to stop it.
Cannabinoid therapeutics was a huge tool in opening up my mind. I call it the cosmic consciousness poured in, truly poured in, when I was able to use this plant in a medicinal way. Like the first thing it did is it brought me hope, right? Why did it bring me hope?
That's what we always talk about. It's hope, inspiration for growth and healing. So hope is that first critical step. Hey, Eric, what's up, man? Yeah, I'm trying to get my glasses straight. Maybe my head.
I know, so we can read.
To accept it. I'm just going to be present with that.
Going to be present with that. So what's the word of the day?
Oh, mine is that, man. Presence. Because if I'm present, I can be a present, and I can accept the presence of the folks around me.
Your time is a gift.
Yes.
There you go. What is not like truly the time that we can give someone, the attention that we can give someone to be fully present is truly
the greatest gift of all.
Right. So I'm going to share.
Yeah, go ahead, Sherry. Go ahead.
I'm going to share what my word of the day is. And I'm just going to disclose a little bit, because this is important for people to know that I am human. So my word of the day is
Hold on a second.
I'm human.
Say that again. You're human?
I'm human.
Wait a minute. I didn't sign up to be partners with a human being. Oh, no. You're beautifully human, Sherry. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to break in. What is your word of the day?
Bravery.
Bravery.
Here's the reason why. I have a little. I mean, I'm crying because I'm laughing so hard. It's kind of funny. So bravery. People can take this for granted. Okay, getting out of the house is really difficult for me sometimes.
Yeah, listen, it's difficult for a lot of people.
It is. It's difficult. I have a little bit of agoraphobia, and I make fun of myself because it is funny. So, but I'm able to turn it around. So I have this.
You're wired.
But I want to share it with people, because I'm sure I'm not the only one out there. I'm sorry, I can't stop laughing, because I have to have this huge ritual to help me to get to walk out that door, so I can be grounded, present, and mindful. So I just want to let you know that if you suffer from agoraphobia, we're going to do a show on that, because it's a really, really important topic.
Human brain is a beautiful instrument. Listen, we think we have control over how we act and what we do. I'd say that 99% of the time we're on autopilot based on what's been programmed. And so now you're in this loop of agoraphobia. Well, you know what, Sherry? I'm going to go out on a limb and say that's going to change.
It's going to change.
But it'll change.
Well, can I tell you? Because it always has. I'm always able to get out the door, but I had to practice. I'm not gonna lie. It's all good. It's a good story, and the story is the resilience and how I'm able to get through it.
Yeah. So and Glenn said home is comfortable and safe. You're right.
Oh, it is.
Now I'm an extreme extrovert, right? So I love people. I love being out at events. There was a period of time in my life where I would dread going to networking events. I would absolutely have a panic attack before I'd go. What was it about? I don't know. But you know what? It passed. That moment of time changed. Absolutely. So
trust me, and I love going to these things too.
Person,
Yeah, but here's the thing that's so cool though, is once I'm out of the space and I'm in what I'm doing, it goes away.
Yes.
So it's really interesting.
It is.
Yeah. Okay. So so your word of the day. You already said your word of the day is presence. My word is bravery.
Yeah.
Bravery. And now we're going to talk a little bit to Thursday. Okay. This is really fun. This is Thursday is Throwback Thursday. And what we like to talk about sometimes is history. So we're going to talk a little bit about the history of cannabis over Christmas time. And we're going to bring up the pagans. So the pagans were before the Christians. And on 12/21, was the winter solstice.
Yeah.
The shortest day of the year that signifies the return of the light. So there you go. So they celebrated that way and they utilized cannabis.
Yeah.
Yule is the Germanic term for winter solstice. And the part that I loved about reading about the history is plants has always played a very significant role during Christmas time. Evergreens, holly, mistletoe, cinnamon, cloves, oranges, nuts, gingerbreads, potpourri, and our favorite plant, cannabis.
Cannabis.
So I think this is really fun. Is, you know, everyone's heard of sage. Sage is a kind of an herb that we use to smudge, to get rid of bad spirits. So they used cannabis as magic incense. So they smudged their homes and stables with this auspicious number of 9 herbs, including juniper, evergreens, resins, milk thistle, mugwort, and cannabis. And this was documented in the Kristen Rash book, Pagan Christmas. Really, really interesting. Then they have images of Santa, right? The jolly pipe smoking Santa.
I think that's what Burl Ives was singing about. Have a holly jolly Christmas. Yeah, he was holly and jolly. Burl Ives actually used to. No, he didn't. I'm kidding. I don't know. He might have. Who knows? Yes.
And then the other thing too is, here's another thing. In Lithuania and Poland, hemp seed was offered, you know, around this time. Hemp seed soup. You know, and they basically, what they would do is they would make an offering to the spirits of some of their family members that have passed on, and to bring them back in to visit over the holidays. So how cool is that, to offer, you know, your deceased relatives an invitation with cannabis? Come back. Right. So here's another fun thing. Okay. So you've heard us all talk at various times on some of our radio show podcasts about psychedelics.
Yeah.
So here's a really cool hallucinogenic holiday history story. So these mushrooms, these red and white Amanani muscaria mushroom, known as the fly agaric, is seen in books and fairy tales and is associated with magic because they contain potent hallucinogenic compounds used for insight and transcendental experiences. So think about this. So the modern Christmas, we have Santa Claus, we have Christmas trees, magical reindeers, giving of gifts.
Reindeers that fly.
Right. So it's based upon these traditions surrounding the harvest and consumption of these most sacred mushrooms. That's pretty cool.
That is cool.
So think about this. I love this little analogy. I just love this history because it's something that I just learned and it's fun.
Yeah.
So Siberians were reindeer herders. These Siberians would wear these big giant red coats with the white. And so that's where the origin of Santa Claus. So the reindeer would go out and eat these red and white sacred amana mushrooms that only grew under the certain type of evergreen trees.
Right.
Now, the thing is because they were hallucinogenic, you know, the Siberians wanted to take care of the reindeer. So what they would do is they would go over to the trees. This was to reduce the toxicity of the mushrooms. They would pick them. They would place them on the branches of the trees to help them dry out. So this is really cool. So imagine the evergreen trees with the mushrooms, the ornaments. Right? and then the Siberian herders would collect the mushrooms in a large sack and distribute them to friends and families. So here we go. We have shaman Santa, right? The last analogy, which I like, is that they further dried the mushrooms by hanging them in their stockings by the fire. And I like this. In the sleep, the shaman spirit would fly all around the world in the spiritual realms, thanks to their red-nosed snout buried in mushroom, tripping reindeer.
Love it.
And then here's the thing about the chimney, which I found is very fascinating. So basically, think about in Siberia, all the snow around their yurts, right? How did they get in? They would go in through the roof. So the shamans would return from their flight through the yurts or chimney smoke hole with gifts for their community. Not fun. Who
I
knew?
absolutely love it.
Who knew? Not me.
Hey, Gabrielle, Merry Christmas, my friend.
Merry Christmas,
Woo! Oh,
everybody.
Sherry, are we going to see you out front underneath your evergreen trees, scrubbing around under the snow looking for mushrooms?
You know what? I may just grow my own someday.
Wow.
Who knows? Who knows?
Wow.
You know, so here we are. So here we go. If you or someone you love, need some help, need some information, just reach out to us. We're here to help you. We want to provide you education and, just education just to help you to make choices that are best for you.
We're here to help.
We're here to help. And we're here to bring
share
you
the love, the knowledge.
Yes, the love and the knowledge. And we're gonna be with you all tomorrow morning. Because we're committed. We are committed to bringing
8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are gonna be live again, folks. So what kind of a day? You're gonna have a brave day. I'm gonna have a day that I'm present. And hey, Merry Christmas to you too, Glenn.
Merry Christmas.
You're gonna have a brave day. I'm gonna have a present day, folks. I hope you all have an AFA day. And what's it about, Sherry?
Oh, Nurse Mark, it is truly about living your best life.
Yes, it is. All right, folks, we'll see you all tomorrow. Merry Christmas Eve. Have fun. And if you haven't done any shopping, it's okay. You are the present. Remember that.
You are the present.
You're the